Good morning. We're back at Lafourche. On Thursday, December 15th at 10:48. We have before us, I believe, Mr. Verdin. Is that you, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Could you introduce yourself, tell us your name and DOC number?
Brent A. Verdin Senior, 427-237.
Verdin is how you say it?
Verdin.
Verdin, okay. Mr. Verdin, my name is Cheryl Renatza, serving as chairman this morning. Let me just read some identifying information into the record, then I'll turn it over to Mr. Roche. Your case has been assigned to him this morning. So, Mr. Verdin, you're here before the Committee on Parole. You are currently serving an 18-year, 2-month, and 8-day sentence, having been sentenced in Terrebonne Parish for operating a vehicle while intoxicated. Fourth offense, looks like 2 separate convictions for fourth offense DWI. You're classified as a 5th felony offender. You have a parole eligibility date, which was December 12th, 2022. You do have a good time date, December 10, 2023. Full term date is in 2034. Mr. Verdin, is that information correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, Mr. Roche.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Good morning, Mr. Verdin.
Good morning, sir.
Mr. Verdin, I'm going to read some information, and if that information is incorrect, please correct me, okay?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Verdin, you're 53 years old, and you've been incarcerated for 6+ years on an 18-year, 1 sentence.
Yes, sir.
You've been convicted of 5 felonies. You have 16 or 17 arrests. At least 10 of those arrests are for DWIs. You also have arrests for hit and run, 3 or 4 arrests for vehicular negligent injury, and 5 arrests for careless operations. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You've been revoked in 2006, 2012, and 2019. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You pled guilty to both DWI in December of 2019. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Have you had any substance abuse, treatment, or education since you've been revoked in December of 2019?
I've been in 2 programs over here.
Sir, answer my question. Have you had any substance abuse, treatment, or education since you've been revoked?
AA class.
What program? AA are meetings, they're not classes. What type of substance abuse, education, or treatment have you had in 2019?
No, sir.
Okay. And 1 year after incarceration, you were assigned to the Terrebonne Parish Work Release Program. Is that correct?
Terrebonne,
I'm sorry, the first
the
transit
food.
program. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes, sir.
What do you do in the work release program?
I work offshore on supply boat. We bring supplies offshore.
And basically, how long do you remain offshore at a time?
90 days.
You come back 2 or 3 days, get a drug test, and go right back.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, Mr. Verdin, I'm not gonna. You have a problem. Your problem is alcohol and drugs. You've been arrested 10 times at least for DWI. You've hit and run. You've injured multiple while driving intoxicated. You have a decision to make this morning. I want to send you to a long-term substance abuse program before you release. If you accept that offer, you'll have to leave the work release program and be transported to facility, probably in North Louisiana. Are you willing to get the help that you need?
Yes, sir.
So my recommendation is that you are 12 months from your time date. My recommendation would be to grant you upon completion of the 9-month rehab intensive substance abuse program. Are you willing to accept that?
Oh, Lord. Oh. So if I take this, I'll go to a treatment. I gotta
Yes.
leave the work release. Or I could stay working and
So you got a decision. Either you want the help that I'm offering you, so when you are released sometime in the fall of next year, you might be able to stay out of prison. If you go and stay in that work release program, get released in December of next year, and with the problem, you're going to end up right back incarcerated. And maybe this time you may kill somebody. I can't force you to go to substance abuse, but I am offering that to you. I need a decision.
Oh. I'm getting help over here, so I must stay at the work release.
Thank you, Madam Chairman.
All right, is there any input from the staff there, for food? Can y'all tell us anything about Mr. Verdin?
What I can tell you, ma'am, is he came here in January 14th of 20. He also was placed at one job that ended and lasted for about 6 months. It's basically a temporary job that was going on, but since June of 2021, he has been employed with the same company, again, offshore in the oil and gas industry. He started there making 125 a day, up to 200 a day right now. And he also will be able to retain employment too when he's released.
Good. All right. Thank you, sir. We appreciate your input. Mr. Verdin, anything you want to say to us before we vote?
No, ma'am, thank you very much.
Yes, sir. I think we're ready to vote. Mr. Roche?
Mr. Verdin, I think you made a very unwise decision. You're 53 years old. You'll be released next year without any rehabilitative services offered to you by the DOC. Hopefully, you won't drive intoxicated and you will be responsible for the loss of life of an individual because of your alcoholism. I'm going to deny you this morning based on the history of DWI, conviction, poor supervision history, and lack of rehabilitative program. And I'm going to place 2 conditions on you at the time of your good time. The first condition is that you must attend 3 NAA meetings a week, and that you must wear a scram bracelet for 3 years after release at your own expense. A scram bracelet is a bracelet that detects alcohol in your system through your sweat gland, and if it's detected, Your parole officer will be notified within 30 minutes. You will have to wear that bracelet at least 3 years after incarceration at your expense. You understand those conditions?
Yes, sir.
Mrs. Jackson?
Hi, Mr. Verdin. I also deny based on your lack of programming, extensive criminal history, and the proximity to your congregation.
And I concur with my colleagues. My vote also is to deny for the reconsidered argument with the same added special conditions when you are released on Sunday. Good luck to you, Mr. Verdin. All right, I think that finally concludes our business at Lafourche. We'll adjourn at 10:50 a.m. Thanks for accommodating us today.
Thank you.
Wow. Look at that smirk. Clown. All I gotta say is thank you, Mr. Roche, for throwing down the gauntlet at the end. Let's unpack this. I was really okay. So those of you who are familiar with this channel, you probably have seen the other case where you had the guy who got into 3 car accidents in one morning, the third one finally killing someone. And then he ends up working offshore, similar to a job like this, getting paid more than $200 a day, spending only 2 nights or 1 night in jail every 3 months. And that was his sentence. This man has a similar situation, except he didn't kill anyone. 10 DUIs. He's a severe alcoholic. He hurts people. He gets sent to this jail, but he's spending his time on the boat, making money. And guess what? I know they don't allow alcohol on those boats, but if we don't think that he's finding a way to get it, then we have to be naive, because getting a drug test once every 3 months ain't doing nothing, especially if your drug is alcohol. So the whole system is just totally out of whack. I don't know what it is with New Orleans where you can basically be a complete alcoholic and then get to work on a boat and make money. Now, of course, he wouldn't take up the offer. I mean, the choice was leave work, go to a full month, AA system, and he's basically getting at the same time anyways. So he's like, no, which frankly, I don't blame him for saying no, because why would he say yes? And then I didn't know Mr. O'Shea had the power to do this, so it brings me satisfaction because he just said, you're going to say no? You don't think you need help? When you get out, 3 AA meetings a week, buddy. Oh, you saw his face when he heard that. And then a monitor on your ankle at your cost. And that's, I don't know what it costs, but it ain't cheap. And thank you, Mr. O'Shea. Thank you. I know there's a lot of frustration over his speaking. For all of you that don't know, he did have a stroke this year. So let's be patient and give power to him and kudos to him. They're getting paid less than 50 grand a year. He's a retired judge. He's doing this because he cares. And let's see it in his action. He cares. Okay. I was really pissed off because someone was going to get let out onto the streets and probably kill someone. But I feel a little bit better now knowing that he is probably going to end up screwing up on his bracelet. And hopefully he doesn't kill someone in that time and he's going to get, thrown back in jail. Or, you know what, if it will keep him sober, then by all means. By all means. But that was certainly interesting. And just proof, if we needed the proof. I don't think we needed it. But being on the boat is obviously pretty good. If someone's going to tell the board, no, I'm going to stay on the boat, even if I'll get out a few months early. I guess it was fall versus December. Which of course you would, really. But I'm glad that we were able to get the insight into this after seeing the other ones, and also getting the insight that the parole board does have the power, because I was like, oh, like what leverage did they have? I was really like, of course he's going to say no, and what can they do? But he said 3 AA meetings a week. 3 AA meetings a week is going to mean that he can't continue working on the boat. So like his boss can say, hey, you have a job when you get out, which his boss probably will, because um, it's hard to find people who work well, and it's expensive to replace people. Can he somehow get an exception from someone else to not do the AA meetings because he's working? I don't know the answer to that. I hope not. I hope that Mr. Roche, that the board has the veto power on anything under it. I don't know if there's anything above it other than the governor, or maybe some appeals court, but I doubt that's a thing for this type of situation. So it could be that the board, Mr. Roche, got the last laugh on this one, which will bring me a lot of satisfaction, because it would have really, I was like fired up. If you would have seen my face when I saw him turn it down, I just thought that this man just got away with everything. But it seems that he made the wrong choice, and now he's going to pay, literally, figuratively, in every way. And there could be a happy ending, because maybe he will become sober. All right, with that, I'll let you go.